You keep waiting for the bang. The day the lights go out all at once, the sirens, the announcement, the clear bright line between the world that worked and the world that doesn't. That's not how it happens. Collapse doesn't kick the door in. It seeps under it. Quiet, gradual, dressed up in language designed to keep you calm. And by the time it's obvious to everyone, the window to do anything about it has already closed. The people who survive aren't the ones who react fastest to the bang. They're the ones who notice the smell of smoke, while everyone else was still telling them it was fine. So look around. Really? Look, because the signs are already here, sitting in plain sight, and the only reason you're missing them is that they've been normalized one small step at a time. Here are 7 of them. Check how many you can already see from where you're sitting. Number 1. The limits on your own money. You think your bank account is yours. Then one day there's a withdrawal cap, a daily limit, a hold on large transfers, a friendly notice about how cash above a certain amount needs to be reported and explained. Each one arrives wrapped in safety language, fraud protection, anti-money laundering, your security. But strip the words away, and the reality is simple. The amount of your own money you can actually touch is shrinking, and the friction is going up. That's not a glitch. That's a system quietly making sure it can hold the doors shut when people start to run. When you can't freely get to your own cash, you don't own it, you're just allowed to use it for now. Number 2, the gaps on the shelves that never quite fill back in. Not the dramatic empty store. The subtle version, the brand that's been temporarily unavailable for 8 months. The product that's there, but the package is smaller for the same price. The aisle that has plenty of one thing and a strange persistent hole where another used to be. Supply chains don't snap all at once. They fray thread by thread, and the retailers paper over it with substitutions and shrinkflation so you don't panic. But the fraying is the signal. A system with no slack left is a system one bad winter away from real shortage, and we are running on no slack at all. Number 3. The currency doing things currencies don't do in healthy times. Prices that ratchet up and never come back down. Your paycheck buying visibly less than it did a year ago, then less again. Central banks and governments making sudden moves, talking about new digital systems, quietly buying up gold by the ton while telling you everything is stable. When the people who print the money are stockpiling the one thing that isn't money, you should ask why. The value of what's in your wallet is being eroded in real time, and the official word is always that it's temporary, transitory, under control. It is never as temporary as they say. Number 4. The quiet stockpiling by the people who know things. Watch what the insiders do, not what they say. Executives selling huge blocks of stock. The wealthy buying remote land, bunkers, citizenship in second countries, water rights, farmland. The same officials who tell the public to stay calm and carry on are themselves building exits. This is the loudest signal there is, and it's completely silent, because nobody announces it. You have to notice it. When the people with the most information and the most resources start quietly preparing to be somewhere else, they are not doing it for fun. They are doing it because they can read the same signs you can, and they got a head start. Number 5. The infrastructure nobody is fixing anymore. The bridge that's been scheduled for repair for years, the water systems pushing brown water and boil notices, the power grid that buckles in a heat wave it should have shrugged off, the roads degrading, the pipes bursting, the maintenance always deferred to next year's budget that never comes. A society on its way up builds and maintains. A society sliding down lets things rot because it's quietly out of the money, the workers, or the will to keep them running. The decay is the diagnosis. You're watching a slow-motion failure that everyone has agreed to stop noticing. Number 6. The trust evaporating from everything. People believe nothing they're told and half of what they see. Institutions that used to command automatic respect are openly mocked. Neighbors eye each other with suspicion. Communities fracture into camps that can't even agree on basic facts. This sounds like politics. It's not just politics. Social trust is the invisible infrastructure that lets a complex society function at all, and when it goes, everything built on top of it gets shaky. A people that no longer trusts its systems, or each other, is a people that won't pull together when a real strain comes. They'll pull apart. That's already happening, and you can feel it. Number 7. The slow surrender of the things that used to be normal. This is the subtlest one and the most dangerous. You used to expect cheap energy, plentiful food, safe streets, a stable retirement, the simple assumption that next year would be at least as good as this one. Now you're being gently taught to expect less, to accept higher prices as the new normal, to get used to less reliability, fewer options, more rules. Each step down is small enough to swallow, and that's the trap. The frog doesn't jump out because the water heats 1 degree at a time. Lowered expectations are how a population is prepared to accept a collapse without ever calling it one. Here's the cold truth that ties all 7 together. Collapse isn't an event you'll witness. It's a process you're living inside right now. And the genius of it, if you can call it that, is that it's slow enough to deny. Every single one of these signs comes with a soothing explanation, and every soothing explanation buys the people who benefit a little more time and costs you a little more of your margin to act. The danger was never that you wouldn't see the signs. It's that you'd see them, shrug, and wait for the bang that never comes the way you expect. Don't wait for permission to take it seriously. Stack your water, your food, your cash outside the system, your skills, and your people. Now, while it still looks like overreacting, by the time it stops looking like overreacting, it'll be too late to start. The smart ones are already moving quietly, just like the insiders. Be one of them. Stay sharp, stay stocked, and I'll see you in the next one.